Have you ever stopped and truly listened to your thoughts? That endless stream of inner chatter that never seems to pause. But have you ever wondered, who's really speaking? Is it truly your voice, or is there something deeper at work here, something beneath the surface? Imagine the power of that inner voice, constantly narrating your life, questioning your choices, replaying memories, and predicting futures that may never come to pass. But what if I told you that you are not your thoughts? In this video, we'll delve into how to quiet the distractions and tap into a deeper aspect of yourself, one that lies beyond your thoughts, emotions, and the illusion of control. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one who hears it. That's right, you are the observer. The constant noise, the self-doubt, the worries, it's all coming from the mind, but it's not who you truly are. We're going to explore what it means to be the observer of your thoughts and how separating yourself from them can bring you closer to a life of clarity and peace. By the end of this video, you'll discover how to break free from the never-ending chatter of your mind, tap into your deeper awareness, and live with a sense of freedom and presence you may not have thought possible. You'll learn how to silence the noise and reclaim your inner peace. Ready to start the journey? Let's dive in. Most of us go through life believing that we are our thoughts. We identify with the constant stream of mental chatter that runs through our minds. But here's the critical shift in perception. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one who is aware of the voice. You are the observer, the listener, the conscious presence behind the thoughts. This realization is profound because it means that the thoughts themselves, no matter how loud, persistent, or convincing, are not who you truly are. Take a moment to reflect. Have you ever had a thought that you felt disconnected from? Maybe you had a thought that you didn't even agree with, or one that seemed completely irrational. If you can observe your thoughts, doesn't that mean you must be something separate from them? The real you, the true self, is the awareness that watches the thoughts rise and fall, not the thoughts themselves. The moment you realize this, you begin to see the gap between your thoughts and your true nature. Imagine for a moment that you are sitting in a movie theater, watching a stunning scene. The sun is setting, painting the sky in vivid colors. The scene is peaceful, and you feel connected to it. Now imagine there's someone sitting next to you, talking non-stop. They're asking questions like, do you think it's going to rain? Why is the sun that color? What do you think will happen next? All these questions, distractions, and comments keep interrupting the beauty of the moment. Instead of being fully immersed in the scene, you're trapped in a dialogue that steals the magic of just being there. That is exactly how our mind works. The mind is constantly narrating our experiences, labeling everything, predicting what's next, and interpreting events that don't need to be analyzed. We could be in the middle of something beautiful or meaningful, but instead of fully experiencing it, our inner voice is talking us out of it, filling our head with judgments, fears, and what-ifs. This constant inner chatter prevents us from truly living in the present. It makes us miss the subtle beauty that exists all around us. Think about the last time you were lost in thought. Did you notice the world around you as clearly as you could? Were you fully aware of your surroundings, or were you caught up in your mental commentary? That's the problem. The mind loves to narrate, but in doing so, it often keeps us from living fully in the moment. Now you might be wondering, why does this inner voice exist in the first place? This voice isn't just random, it serves an important function. The inner voice is designed to help us navigate the world. It's a survival mechanism. Its job is to help us make decisions, plan for the future, and protect us from danger. In ancient times, our minds were focused on survival, thinking quickly, processing information to assess threats, and planning our next steps. But here's the catch. This survival mechanism that helped us back then, when our primary concerns were staying safe from predators, is the same one that now drives us into overthinking. The inner voice is constantly trying to make sense of the world, keep us safe, and solve problems, but in doing so, it often creates more problems than it solves. Think about the times when you found yourself ruminating on past mistakes or worrying about an uncertain future. The voice keeps replaying arguments, mistakes, or predicting all the things that could go wrong. It convinces you to plan out every possible outcome, even though most of them will never come to pass. It's like carrying a heavy bag of worries and anxieties, weighing you down and preventing you from enjoying life as it is. The inner voice is constantly telling us stories, not all of which are true. In fact, most of them are just mental narratives that we've become so attached to, we forget that they're just that, stories. And here's where the real challenge lies. When we identify too closely with this voice, it becomes our reality. We start believing that everything the voice says is true, even when it isn't. The more we listen to it, the more power we give it over our lives. We begin to think that the thoughts in our heads are who we are. And that's the illusion. The mind tricks us into believing that its voice is the truth, but in reality, it's just a collection of old patterns, habits, and learned responses. So, the next time you find yourself getting lost in the noise of your thoughts, remember, the voice isn't you. You are the one who hears it, the one who can observe it without getting caught up in it. Now that we've explored the concept of being the observer of your thoughts, let's take a moment to practice it together. I want you to close your eyes, if you're able, and just take a deep breath in. Let it fill your lungs, hold it for a moment, and then slowly exhale. As you breathe, start to listen to the thoughts in your mind. What are they saying? What's the first thing that pops up? Maybe it's a thought about something you need to do, or perhaps an old memory that resurfaces. Notice what thoughts are coming up without trying to control them. Just observe. Do you notice any patterns? Perhaps some thoughts seem to repeat, like an old song on a loop. Maybe some thoughts are more critical or judgmental, while others are filled with uncertainty or worry. Just let them be there. Don't try to push them away or hold on to them. Simply listen. Now, as you're observing these thoughts, remind yourself that you are not them. These thoughts don't define you. You are the awareness behind them, witnessing them like clouds passing across the sky. Notice how some thoughts may try to pull you into them, urging you to react or engage, but instead, let them come and go. If you find yourself identifying with a thought, like thinking, "This is true," or "I am this way," gently remind yourself, "I am just observing." Feel the distance between your true self and the thoughts as you take another deep breath. Let's take a moment together. If a thought arises that seems especially strong or troubling, simply say to yourself, "I see you," and let it float away. You don't need to hold on to it, and you certainly don't need to become it. You are the observer, not the thought. As you continue this practice, notice how your mind starts to settle. The noise might still be there, but you are no longer trapped in it. You have stepped back, creating space between your true self and the mental chatter. With each breath, you come closer to inner peace, to clarity, to the freedom of simply being. Have you ever found yourself carrying emotional weight from the past? Many of us do, whether it's unresolved arguments, fears, guilt, or past mistakes. These emotions stick with us, often without us even realizing it. We replay these experiences in our minds over and over, and each time we do, it feels as though we're reliving the pain. Imagine this. You had a tough conversation with someone a while ago, and even though the situation has long passed, your mind continues to bring it up. You keep thinking about what you said, what they said, how you should have reacted differently. Even though it's over, your mind replays the details, making you feel angry or frustrated all over again. That's emotional baggage. Our emotions from the past attach themselves to our present, shaping how we respond to situations, how we see ourselves, and how we interact with others. This emotional weight doesn't just vanish. It lingers in our thoughts, in the way we carry ourselves, and in how we react to the world around us. And the more we replay these old memories or unresolved feelings, the heavier they become. We carry that emotional weight with us everywhere, often without even realizing it. It's like carrying a backpack full of rocks. At first it's light, but as you keep adding more weight, it becomes harder to move forward. The past, those old wounds, become a part of our daily lives. They affect how we think, how we feel, and how we engage with the present. But here's the truth. You don't have to carry that weight any longer. Now that we've acknowledged the emotional baggage we carry, the real question is, how do we let go of it? How do we free ourselves from these chains of the past? The first step is to feel the emotion fully, but don't become it. When you experience strong emotions, whether it's anger, sadness, or fear, allow yourself to feel them. Don't try to push them away or bury them deep down. Acknowledge them. Give them space. When you allow yourself to truly feel what's there, without judgment, you begin to release their hold over you. Think of emotions as energy. They rise, they peak, and they fade away. But when we resist them, when we cling to them, that energy gets stuck. It becomes trapped in our minds and bodies, and we carry it with us, not realizing that it's weighing us down. Here's a simple practice to help you release that baggage. When an emotion arises, whether it's a memory, a regret, or a moment of anger, take a deep breath. Feel that emotion fully. But as you breathe out, imagine releasing it. Watch it float away like a cloud in the sky. With each exhale, feel yourself letting go of the weight. You don't need to hold on to the story that the emotion is telling you. You just need to allow it to rise, feel it, and then let it go. In moments of tension or emotional overload, remind yourself, I am not my emotions. I am the one observing them. Feel them without attaching your identity to them. Just let them pass. The key is to stop clinging to the past. You don't have to hold on to the pain, the regrets, or the anger. Let them be what they are, just emotions passing through. The moment you stop holding on, you begin to free yourself from the emotional weight you've been carrying. You are not defined by your past. And the more you practice letting go, the lighter you become, the freer you feel. We all crave control in our lives, don't we? We want to control the outcome of our actions, the direction of our relationships, the events of our future. It feels safe, doesn't it? Like if we can just manage every detail, we'll finally be okay. But here's the paradox. The more we try to control, the more we realize how little control we actually have. Life, with all its unpredictability and complexity, doesn't follow the scripts we write for it. Think about it. How many times have you meticulously planned something only to see it unravel in a completely unexpected way? You might have rehearsed the perfect conversation with someone, only for the words to come out all wrong. Or maybe you set a career goal that seemed so clear, but life took you down a different path entirely. Frustrating, right? But here's the truth. Control is an illusion. Life has its own rhythm, its own timing, and it doesn't bend to our will. The more we try to grasp it, to hold on tightly to what we think we need, the more we suffer. It's like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you grip, the faster it slips through your fingers. When we try to control every detail, we become frustrated, stressed, and overwhelmed because life simply doesn't work that way. So what do we do with this reality? How do we stop feeling like we're failing when life doesn't go as planned? The answer is simple. We surrender. But surrendering isn't about giving up or letting life control you. It's about trusting the process and allowing life to unfold as it will, without trying to force outcomes. Surrendering control means accepting that there are things beyond your influence. You can't control the weather, the actions of others, or how the future will unfold. But what you can control is your response to it. Take a moment now and close your eyes if you can. Take a deep breath in. Feel the tension in your body, the thoughts racing through your mind. Now, as you exhale, Imagine releasing the need to control. Picture yourself loosening your grip on all the things that you've been trying so hard to manage. Let go of the plans, the worries, the expectations. Just trust the process. Trust that life will unfold in its own way, and that you don't have to have everything figured out right now. Allow yourself to feel that relief as you surrender. There's a freedom that comes with accepting that you don't have to control every aspect of life. You don't have to force everything to go according to your plan. Life has a wisdom of its own, and when you trust it, you'll find that it often leads you to places better than you could have ever imagined. As you continue this practice of surrender, remind yourself, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to have every step of the journey mapped out. Just take it one step at a time, trust the flow of life, and let it guide you. The more you practice surrendering, the more peace and freedom you'll find. Have you ever thought about what it means to live openly and authentically? Many of us go through life with walls built around our hearts, walls made of fear, past pain, and the desire to protect ourselves. But here's the truth. When you close your heart, you block the flow of life. You protect yourself from getting hurt, but you also cut yourself off from experiencing the beauty of life and the joy of true connection. When you open your heart, you allow yourself to love fully, to be vulnerable, to be seen for who you truly are. It's risky, yes, but it's also where true joy lives. Living openly means embracing the messiness of life, feeling deeply, and connecting authentically with others. It's about showing up in your relationships, in your work, and in your life without wearing a mask or pretending to be someone you're not. When you live with an open heart, you also create space for others to do the same. It's through this vulnerability that deep connections are made. You allow others to feel safe enough to be real with you, and that creates a bond built on trust, honesty, and mutual respect. The beauty of living openly is that you stop holding back. You stop hiding your true self, and in return, you experience life in its fullest form, without the fear of judgment or rejection. Challenge to live openly. But living openly isn't always easy. It requires courage. It means letting go of the fear of being judged, of being vulnerable, of exposing parts of yourself that you've kept hidden. But here's a challenge. What if you practiced radical honesty? What if, next time you're in a conversation, you shared something real about yourself that you might usually hold back? Something small, something true, but perhaps something you might have kept to yourself before. This doesn't mean oversharing or being overly personal, but it means being authentic in your interactions. Share something that reveals who you really are, whether it's a small vulnerability or a personal story. When you do this, you create an opening for others to do the same, and that creates a space for real, meaningful connection. Next time you're talking with a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger, ask yourself, what part of me can I offer that's real and true? By practicing radical honesty, you not only open yourself up to others, but also to yourself. You begin to live without the filters, without trying to be someone you're not, and that's where true freedom and peace are found. Living authentically means embracing who you truly are, imperfections and all, and showing up in the world as your real self. It means letting go of the need for validation and being at peace with the person you are right now. It's not about perfection, it's about presence, being fully yourself without fear, without hesitation. What does true freedom really mean? Many of us think of freedom as something external, escaping responsibilities, avoiding struggles, or having the ability to do whatever we want, whenever we want. But true freedom isn't about escaping the challenges of life. It's not about running from the struggles, the discomforts, or the inevitable pain we all face. True freedom is an internal state of being. It's about being free from the inner chains that bind us, those mental and emotional barriers we create through fear, anxiety, and the need to control. True freedom comes when we stop being prisoners of our own minds, when we learn to accept life as it is, without resisting, without trying to manipulate every outcome, and without clinging to expectations. True freedom is about fully embracing life, with all its uncertainties and imperfections. It's about being at peace with who we are, regardless of what's happening around us. It's a state of inner peace, where you are no longer ruled by thoughts of fear, judgment, or the need for approval. It's knowing that no matter what life throws your way, you have the strength to navigate it with clarity and confidence. So how do you start experiencing this kind of freedom? It begins with the practice of presence. The more present you are in the moment, the more you let go of the mental clutter that holds you back. The next time your mind starts to spin, when you feel anxiety or worry creeping in, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath, and remember, I am not my thoughts. I am the awareness behind them. When you remind yourself of this truth, you create a gap between you and the noise in your mind. That gap is where freedom lies. It's the space where you can observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. This moment of stillness, this ability to step back and observe, is the key to breaking free from the mental chains that hold you back. When you practice presence, you stop living in the past or the future. Instead, you live in the present moment, the only moment that truly matters. In that moment, you realize that you have everything you need. You are free to experience life as it unfolds, not as your mind interprets it or projects it to be. Every time you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself, I am here now. I am free to just be. The more you practice being present, the more you unlock that inner peace, that sense of freedom that you've been seeking. It's not something you need to find outside yourself. It's already within you, waiting to be discovered. So let's summarize what we've explored today. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer, the one who listens but isn't controlled by the constant chatter in your mind. By recognizing this, you gain the freedom to let go of the emotional baggage that weighs you down, to surrender the illusion of control that causes unnecessary stress, and to live fully with an open heart. When you open yourself up to life as it is, free from judgment, free from fear, you unlock the true peace and clarity that have always been within you. If this video resonated with you and you feel ready to take control of your thoughts, emotions, and life, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new deep dive into the mind and philosophy. I'd love to hear from you. What does true freedom mean to you? Share your thoughts below, and let's keep the conversation going. If you found value in this video, give it a like and share it with anyone who could benefit from exploring their own mind. Let's continue to grow and find peace together.